Welcome student. I am Dr. Bharat, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, KRTR, BH Commerce and AM Science, popularly known as KTHM College. Student friends, I am warmly welcome you to today's class. We are going to the talking about the GG114, Principle of Population and Settlement Geography, semester first. Now, paper number is 4 and chapter number is second, population distribution. Now, today we are going to learn this topic from density definition and types. Now here will be discussed. Now last lecture will be discussed the population distribution. Now different factors are affecting to the population distribution, mainly natural resource, mainly geographical factor, economic factor and social factor, as well as demographic factor and political factor is affecting of the distribution population. Will be last lecture. Now today's lecture will be discussion of density definition and density of types. Now to student, here in this topic we'll already discuss the factors affecting distribution of populations. Now density definition of types, factors affecting density of populations, then population density of India, urbanization definition and stages, then trends and level of urbanization in India. This in the topic over will be the population distribution. Now this discuss will be different. Here density, what is meant by the density? Density also is the geographer have been making more frequent used concept of density of population. It is simple concept relating to population size of land with area with the assessing the crudely the pressure of population upon the resources of area. Thus, it is a measure of incidence of population concentration is generally expressed in terms of per square kilometer, per square mile land area rather than gross area, the numerator in the calculation population and denominator of area. Geographer by the way of multiplying the numerator of a denominator have devices various type of densities having the various degree of utility of different situation. The objective of course have been arrived at the better understanding the population resource relationship. This ratio have been called as arithmetic density, physiological nutritional density, then agriculture density, economic density, so many on. It may be mentioned here the most of this ratio suffer the some of the handicaps, especially when the international comparison is made. For instance, the population data is are not available in aerial units having the homogeneous population distribution but is the administrative unit. Similarly, the data by similar measure to space such as cultivated land, arable land, as usually not available for various political administrative unit above all. These ratios are merely averages and within the any small aerial unit there may be the variation of far reaching the implication. However, rightly observe the dispute all the handicaps, the concept of density population is most revealing and is a useful tools of the analysis of diversity of man distribution in space. Now, is the DEMCO is the 1976 they recognized the land of population constant to the significant element of an area. Therefore, the ratio between the two are fundamental interest in all scholar concerned with the population analysis. Now, Trivarta is asking, in his case for population geography has suggested three types of density calculation, arithmetic, nutritional and agriculture density. The simple ratio between the total population and the total land area expressed the terms of person per unit area was designed by arithmetic and general density. Geographer and other social scientists have been making the frequent use to such as calculation. Perhaps due to the fact the data for such calculation were readily available, it is thus have been considered the simple but extremely used measure population resource relationship. However, it cannot be treated as a measures population pressure and land because they merely spells out of the simple quantitative relationship between man and land, both of which be the widely varying quality. More meaningful densities have been obtained by the relating size of population to be area under cultivation. Nutritional density, it is the ratio between the population and total cultivated area is expressed by term of person per square kilometer and cultivated land. By excluding the uncultivated land as attempt has been made of the area to better man and land ratio. When when compared to Earth with arithmetic density, nutritional density is refined methods of calculating man-land ratio. It has a special significance of aggregation countries of the developing world. However, even this calculation is not without the serious drawbacks. It considers all the uncultivated areas and unproductive, non-arable areas at times may be put on diverse use, which may yield enormous economic returns. The calculation also presumes that all the cultivated areas are equal quality. Without perhaps taking the convenience such as the drawback suggested to modify from the calculation, which is preferred by the all comparative density. It suggested that is the total population be correlated to the land area weighted according to its productivity. 1 hectare cultivated land is equated with the 3 hectares of grassland. Both the Trivarta's physiological density versus comparative density, they attract some criticism on the ground that even is in countries where the mainstay of economy which was agriculture, it was wrong to presume that the entire population of such countries was dependent upon cultivated land alone. Consequently, Trivarta's agriculture density was considered to be the better measure to gauge the extent of population pressure upon the agriculture resources in Aryan countries. The computing of agriculture density only the agriculture population is related to total cultivated area. Therefore, agriculture density means the expression is the term of agriculture production per unit of cultivated area has been proved to be the useful index of man-land relationship is primarily in agrarian context. In the process of improving the index man-land ratio, another types of population density, economic density to be suggested by George. Economic density is considered as a ratio between the requirement of the population and the resources made available by the production its area occupied. George suggested the following formula for. Now, keeping all the calculation, George himself concluded it's impossible make to the valid calculation of economic density in the industrial economy. Proceeding the discussion revealed that many attempts to be made by the computer relation between the population and area with the gauging of the extent of pressure and population extent and resources of territory occupied. Geographers have made a frequent use of three types of density suggested by Trivarta, although the general density of arithmetic density had found more favor of comparison and psychological and agriculture density. It is perhaps the non-availability of the data on cultivated land, net area sown, population depending directly upon cultivation that has been strictly to use the use of physiological and agricultural density. All three types of density wherever data is permitted have been computed, represented cartographically by the geographers. As present, it is difficult to find of geographical studies population, especially micro scale, which have been made by use for density is concept. Now, these are the some definition concept. Here, analysis of distribution of population and density of population plays has an important role to study of population geography. Very important here to concept is the analysis of distribution of population and density of population is very important role to study of population geography. Now both of this outcome of collective influence to the several natural factors in functioning in the regions. Now the term of density of population is first used Henry Harrison is 1837 by the preparing of railway map of Ireland. Now his perhaps was however altogether uh, altogether the different. Now here this is also ratio between the population and area. Very simple density means it is a ratio between the population and area. Means this density means it is a very a simple definition. This is the ratio between the population and area. Now this is used to the indicator of measure concentration of population while calculating density of total population is taken to as a numerator while the total area is taken as a denominator. Means this is the very important here. Thus the ratio gives density of population of a given density of population is expressed in the terms of person per square kilometer or person per square mile or person per acre. These are the some different here, means it is a ratio between the population and area. Now this ratio gives the density of population of regions of population is expressed in terms of population person per square kilometer or person per square mile or person per acre. These are the some here will be discussion to. It is a calculation. It is calculated by the following equation of the density. Now go to the examples. First one. This is the population of country, area of country, and population density, population per square mile. It is the area of country in square mile. Now here, for example, this is the population. Now population is like here, population and area in square mile. Now the density is 84 people square mile. Now go to the next another example, population here and area. Now the example answer is 836 people per square millimeter. These are the two examples is calculated by the density of any country, any regions, any area to be calculated by the population of country, means population divided by area. It is called as a population density, means it is the ratio between the population and area. This is called as a density. Now it is very important here to be considered at types of density. For along the types of density, density is a population help understanding nature distribution of population. It is useful for several other ways. For example, if the region's natural factors are favorable, density of population is desirable. That is, this is easier to implement development scheme. It is also become easier to know the possibilities for development of regions. While introduction new transportation network, it is essential to know density of population of regions. It indicates nature of balance between the population of regions and natural resources. It gives the magnitudes of man-land ratio. Density of population plays an important part of any scheme related to health, trade, socio-economic development. In short, it indicates the possibilities of development. If density of population is more than what are the natural resources of the region can support, then such of the situation encourage of migration. Now next point is the types of population density. Different types of population density will be discussed one by one. Now from the point of view the various these utility and the various types of analytical studies, various types of density are calculated there as follow. First one is arithmetic density. What is mean arithmetic density? Arithmetic density, it is the ratio between the total population area under the agriculture. Now here will be it is a ratio between the total population and total area in the regions. It is very important here. Now it is expression the term of population per acre per square under the agriculture. Now here very important to per person kilometer and per person acre. Now it is useful to the understanding the man-land relationship. It is the useful arithmetic density is the useful for understanding the man and land relationship. Now it is easier to calculate with very short extremely used for it is can expressly following the equation will be used for most one is total population divided by the total area. It is called as arithmetic density. It is simple, easy to the it is a ratio between the total population and total area under the agriculture as usual acre. This is the arithmetic density, means this is the arithmetic density. Now go to the next point. Next density is a nutritional density. Now it is a ratio between the total population total area in the regions, means this is very important here. Now it is expressed the term of population per acre under the agriculture. Now it is expressed. Now it is quite useful. It is quite useful for countries whose economy is the base on agriculture. It is this is the main drawback of this year. Assume that is the productivity of land under agriculture is uniform, which is not in the case. Now, Dr. Rete used to the method of Prin France. These of following the formula may be used for calculation of the nutritional density. Nutritional density means total population divided by land area under agriculture. Land under agriculture and total population. It is the ratio between the total population and land under agriculture. This is called as a nutritional density. Now go to the next point. point, agriculture density. Now, agriculture density is the ratio between the population engaged in agriculture and area under the agriculture. Very important here, the ratio between the people engaged in agriculture and area under the agriculture. Now, number of the problem is calculated the ratio precisely to how to decide the exact number of people engaged in agriculture. Now, it is quite useful for the understanding the nature of man-land relationship. It is countries whose the economics are based primarily on agriculture. It is very important to useful for the whose the big economics are based and primarily on agriculture. Now, it can be expressed by the following equations. It can be expression by the following equations, means these are the sum. It is a ratio between the people engaged in agriculture and area under agriculture. It is important to the agriculture density. Now, their agriculture density may be calculated following the equations. Number of people engaged in agriculture divided by the total area under the agriculture. Means it is to agriculture density. Means agriculture density is calculated. This is the following year formula for agriculture density. Now go to the next density. This is a critical density. Now here critical density, it is measure the number of people that can be supported by a region with the present land use system. Means land use system is here very land use system, means it is give the maximum density of population that the regions can support continuously without the damaging land in existing environment. Now it is can be expressed the following equations. Very important simple equation. Critical density is equal to 100 A divided by B multiplied by C divided by D. Means A for proportion of land under agriculture, B for proportion of unused land. Now C for per person area under the agriculture, D for their area of land that can be cultivated with the traditional method of agriculture. These are the some critical density we studied. From the critical density calculated by this formula, mainly 100 A divided by multiplied by C divided by D. It is calculated by the critical density. Now go to the next density types, mainly economic density. Here economic density, it is the ratio between the requirement of population of a region and the total productivity of the regions. It is with the help of the following equations. Mainly the following equation means total population requirement per person, therefore means NK divided by SH, means NK for total population into requirement of per person and total requirement of population of the regions. S for total area, H for productivity per square kilometer of area. Means therefore very important here, SH total area multiplied by productivity per square kilometer of area and total productivity. Means here the total population of the area. Now it total population requirement of per person, total requirement of the population of the regions here. Now total H is productivity per square kilometer of the area. Now the total productivity. Now when the ratio is less than 1, means productivity of land is more than is the total requirement. When the ratio is less, when the ratio is less than 1, it means productivity of land is more, that is the total requirement. When the ratio is more than 1, remember also, when the ratio is more than 1, then the means is the productivity of land is less than it is a total requirement. Means this is the simple difference between the less and more. For the when the less than 1, then more than less than 1 means the land is more than the total requirement and the land is the total requirement. Means here with the vice versa, this is all the requirement of the economic density. Here will be discussion about the economic density. Now next point is when the ratio is ID and the balance between the total requirement of the region and total productivity of the region is ideal. Now this is the some India's map for here population density of India. Now these are the some region from the 0 to 132, 132 to 444, and this color indicates the 414 to 1100 to these are the some density which by most of the people in India they have around 0 to 132 population density in overall overall in India. Now, student, this is the population density and the types uh, of population density. Student will be discussed today. We will discuss different what is mean by the population density and the different types of population density. Basically, economic density, critical density, agriculture density, nutritional density, and these are the some agriculture density. Here will be discussed with this calculation, which is used, it is a formula, and now what is meant by the density. These are the some today's will be lecture will be cover for the definitions and then density types and the definitions. Here, student, any doubt, any query, ask any times. Write a mail bharatgadak@kthmcollege.ac.in. Student will be stop here today. Now next lecture to be continue next day to. Okay, bye bye, good day.